What screams I'm attracted to you? Whenever I talk to my crush, I have an uncontrollable smile. But it's like a big smile, and I try so hard to stop it, and I feel like I look pretty dumb most of the time. I just realized that I've spent most of my middle school and high school years training myself to mask the fact that I had a crush on anyone instead of actually trying to communicate with those I liked. In my case, ignoring you as much as possible. When you can actually feel the eye contact. Laughing when you make a shit joke, or laughing whenever you say something even slightly witty. Apparently my fiancé dropped a whole lot of hints before we got together. A big standout was complaining that she didn't have any plans for our junior prom, and then asking me what my plans for that night were. My dumbass responded with something to the effect of "fuck prom. I'll be home playing Mario." 1. Place hand on shoulder. 2. Hey. And amp. X200B. Edit. Hey. Removed. Excuses to be near them. Let's study together. We'll get more work done. Oh. You're going that way, me too. Let's walk together. Touching. Outside of friendly hugs and handshakes. Generally speaking, we don't touch things we don't like. At least this has been my personal experience. Every time I've noticed a girl casually touching me, it turned out she was into me. Doesn't have to be sexual at all either. A light touch or squeeze on the shoulders, arm, or leg can be very telling. I actually had to point this out to a buddy once who is terrible at picking up signals. Girl we were out with kept touching his back, arms, even messing with his hair. I was like, dude, you need to make a move because she is pretty much throwing herself at you. When someone needs someone's help for a basic ass task, I assume there is a crush involved. You don't call someone you don't know that well to come over to your house to teach you how to pump a bike tire solely because you are too stupid to use a bike pump. Just a heads up y'all. One person's signs could just be another person's personality. I have made that mistake one too many times. Ever since I was in high school, whenever I was genuinely attracted to someone, I found myself looking into their eyes and kind of evaluating their face. I'd look at the lips, eyes, hair, etc. while they talked to me. I'd also like to get really close, literally, when we talked face to face. Last man I did that too. We ended up getting married. I'm still married to him and find myself doing this to only him. I never realized I did this till he pointed it out. When you're in a group, if the person consistently looks at you whenever something funny happens, they probably want to see if you're laughing, and social science claims that it's a solidly reliable measure of attraction. If the person keeps making excuses to hang out with you, they're probably attracted to you. Edit. Fucking hell, morons. I didn't say if someone looks at you while laughing. It's 100% a green light that they're DTF. Jesus Christ. I went to dinner with a friend and someone visiting her from out of town. During the meal I noticed in the window glass reflection that the friend was staring at me with that look whenever I was turned to talk to her visitor. This was good, because I was very attracted to her, so I called her on it and embarrassed the crap out of her. She got her revenge by marrying me and having 5 kids. Edit 1. Holy cow guys. A gold award and a silver award. Thank you so much. Edit 2. Just some clarification for those of you remarking on the 5 kids. When I said having, I sort of meant that as a mutual thing. Not that she gave birth to all 5. The truth is that only one of them is ours biologically. The others are a combination of kids we have adopted as foster parents, and kids we are in the process of adopting. Edit 3. Son of a bitch. She's pregnant and it might be twins. No, I'm not making this shit up. Link. When you're in a group and the person consistently looks at you whenever something funny happens. I was at a Uniqlo store one Christmas season, and I caught a cute young woman repeatedly looking at me. She eventually came up to me and asked, "Can I see what you look like in this jacket?" I obliged and tried it on. She then said, "Thanks. I'm getting this for my dad. And he's on the heavy side too." Right, double quotation mark. Edit. Thanks for all the silver to soothe the burns of Christmas past. Grinning face with clenched teeth. When I send someone a meme I know they've already seen and they still act like I'm hilarious, I'm onto you. Brenda, you meme slut. I pretty much need to be finishing up having sex with the person before I allow myself to believe she's attracted to me. I'm not bad looking by any means. I just have shit luck and my friends are way better looking. You know the look in her eyes when she's dying to have sex with you? And amp. X200B. Me neither. When a woman exposes her breasts to me. Oh, wait, I'm a mammogram tech. Never mind. Thanks to these comments now I know scientifically that nobody likes me. Thumbs up sign with light skin tone. IDK if it's just my fiance, but she would always make an extra effort to be around me more than she already was. I stayed at her family's house often. I had a bad home life. She would switch her classes in the beginning of the year so we could have the same schedule. Walked me to classes if we didn't have the same ones. And sat with me at lunch. I always thought it was because she was worried about me. I was really depressed. Again, bad home life. But she told me a few months ago that it was because she liked me and hoped that I felt the same way I did. Just didn't know how to express it. And I was clueless about the signals. It ended up working out though. We now have a family together and we get married in October. Me when I've had one too many. Waking up in the morning to see someone looking through your bedroom window with their dick in their hand. Grabbing someone's wrist hand and squeezing it lightly. Placing an arm around their shoulder. Any playful physical contact really is a big tell someone is attracted to you. Eye contact from across a room. Why the duck does everyone and everything scream in this subreddit? In group conversation. They keep looking at you to see how you're reacting to what happens comes up. This is instinctual behavior. A female friend of mine, M, told me one night she enjoyed conversing with me because of my education but was a bit intimidated because I reminded her of her dad. I replied telling her that was the fruitiest thing I'd ever heard and we laughed it off. She confessed she loved me a couple of days later. Screaming I'm attracted to you. Everything else is too subtle for us guys. Deleted. Those duck me eyes. Everything my crush doesn't do. When you're North Pole and they're a South Pole. When they volunteer the fact that they're single. If she's single and not attracted to you, she may not go so far as to lie about having and so, but she's not going to correct you if you assume she does, and she's certainly not going to bring it up on its own. If she's sitting on your face, that's probably a strong indicator that she's into you. Constant tail wagging when you are around. The weird guy who hangs out near the bus stop. An overly aggressive greetings card. Telling someone you are attracted to them. Direct, verbal communication. Because people are not mind readers, I put verbal in parentheses for those with speech issues and that would need to sign or otherwise. Directness saves people from guessing intentions, frees you from worry about intent, and also is not usually misunderstood. When the people tied up in my basement try to lunge at me when I go down there. Taking your phone and putting their number in it. Taking a selfie with your phone. Asking you to walk home with them. Writing a poem about you. It sounds like our that happened, I know, but we were freshmen. And I didn't get the hint until I saw she made an anonymous status about me on Facebook while I was hanging out with her at her house. She referred to me with a nickname based on my initials that she later called me by when I finally asked her out. But she broke up with me 2 days later because I rushed things and told her I love you. More of the Artifa story. She was my first girlfriend and so far my only one. It's been 7 years already. Birds right outside my window every morning. Way too ducking early. Good question. I wouldn't know. An erection with a drip of pre-cum on the tip. I'm pretty infamous for not being able to tell when people are flirting with me. But there's one thing that does tip me off. If they compliment my singing. I am not remotely a good singer. If they're telling me how good my singing is, then either they're buttering me up or so Twitter-pated that they genuinely hear it as better than it is. Lol. I don't get any of these signals come my way. Not even from my other half. Damn. Does this mean I'm unlikable? Ugly or most likely both? Nobody in ARP's case. Whipping your clam out and saying sling me some peen. When she tries to break you and your girlfriend up so she can have you to yourself. Always trying to find a way to be around you. Find out more about you. From my experience. Asking for your number and playfully punching you on the shoulder the first time you've ever met. With your response obviously being I don't have a phone and slowly backing away because you're too autistic to take many hints.